Welcome back, guys. So let me show you another use case for this Canva app integration. So all I have to do now is to go back to the home page. Right now, want to use this same Canva app generator or integration. Want to use the same Canva app integration. So I'm going to come to Canva apps, and right now I want to use it to create carousels. Yes, I want to use it to create carousels. I saw something like that. So what I want to do is to transform this design we just posted, yes, on Village Creative Studios page. So I'm going to transform it to a carousel. Let's see how that goes for us. So I'm going to come right here. You see different apps right here. There are a whole lot of apps beyond you as a social media manager, so YouTubers can use them and all that. But right now I want to use it to create carousel. So I'll still search for my niche, which is social media. So here as a social media manager, you want to use different apps integrated into Canva. So right now, let's try to use the Carousel Studio. So it says you can create social media carousels with AI. So this is one of the use cases. Let's see how we can do that. So create social media carousels in 5 minutes. So I'm going to use in a new design. So let's see how we can use this. So the custom size, I'm going to create a custom size. I'll still create a square size, which will be 800 pixels. Yes, so we've explored a tool for writing, that is a Canva app for writing, or an app for writing. That's what we use social bellow for. But right now we want to use this to create carousels. So let's create new designs and let's see how we can use this particular tool to create a carousel. I've not used it before. I just got to find out about it. So here we have Carousel Studio, and here in Carousel Studio I'm going to use it to create carousels. So Canva size not optimal for a social media. Create carousel. Okay, for a social media carousel, create 1080 times 1080 pixel canvas instead. So let's do that. Let's try to resize this. So let's try to resize this the way we could. So let me see how we could do this. So we want to try to resize this. So all I have to do is to go back. Actually, yes, actually we can use this integration in other ways. So let's see the other ways we can use it. So all I have to do is to go back to my home page. Yes, let me go back to my home and try to create a new design. So I'm going to come back to my home where the templates are. So let's see, let's just come back home. Yes, this is home. Yeah, I'm going to come back home this way. So I'm going to come back home. I'm just going to create a social media post. I could create something like this or create a custom size. So I'll click on create a custom size. Then here in create a custom size, I'll make it 1080p like it said. So I want to show you another way you can use the app integration. So 1080p. Yes, I'm going to create a new design. And right now it brings me to a blank page where I can start creating designs. So to use the app integration in your design, whether you are designing or you're outside this design editor, you can use the apps. So here you come to apps, you see it right here. So I'm going to come to apps right away, and having to come to apps right now, I'm going to search for, let me search for the same app. So let me just search for my niche, which is social media. So I'm going to look for the Carousel Studio. Look at the Carousel Studio right here. So let's use that to create a carousel. So I have the Carousel Studio right here, and let's see what we can do with it. So we have prompts. It says enter topic, describe your carousel, lessons I've learned at 30, choose relationship over money, find your purpose in life. Yes, so we have the carousel right here. So we have the description right here. So let me try to create something out of that. So we have something else. We have Blood Creative Studio has its own complexity. We're on mission to help. Okay, let me use this same affiliate stuff to create a carousel. Yes, I'm going to copy this particular content and I'm going to come back here. So what we can do, actually, we can use something like this. To create the carousel. So here's the same post to create the carousel, of course. So we're going to come back here and let's say post it. We're going to post the whole content right here, and let's see how we can use it to create a carousel. So let's say inspire me. Let's see the inspiration. Okay, let me see. So I don't need to use inspire me since I have a content already. So this is a prompt, and you could actually enter your blog post. You could actually change a blog post to carousel. This will be an exciting one. Yes, let's visit Billard Creative's blog so we can see how to convert blog posts to carousels. So let's visit our blog right now, and here's our blog, and we have a whole lot right here. We have a whole lot we can use. So let's see what we have. So it says experiments, online business tech trends. So I'm looking for a video we can actually use. Desk skills for beginners. So let's see this. Let's see this particular blog post. Let's see what we have. So AI is everywhere. Pair AI with beginner friendly web design, graphic design, marketing, expand your. Okay, let's copy this. I think this would make more sense. So let's use this to create a carousel. So this is a blog post. I want to use this to create a carousel from our blog post. So I'm going to paste the link to the blog post. Then I'm going to generate this. But before we generate, let's make sure we are going to take our theme. So we have different themes right here. Let's see what we have. So let's use the deep or shade. Yes, and the fonts I'll use Montserrat because the brand uses Montserrat, so I'll use Montserrat, of course. So that's Montserrat, and the body font should be Montserrat as well. So we're going to have a uniform font. And the colors, yes, we have to choose a blue and we have to choose the orange, yes, as we've always done. So we're going to choose that too. And the author name, so we are going to say the author name should be Beloved Adejigbe. Okay, the author name, let's just leave it at Billard Creative Studio. The author name will be Billard Creative Studio, and there we are. So I'm going to have this, then we can start to generate. So let's generate carousel from the blog post and see what this particular Canva app will do for us. So we are going to wait for that to generate the carousel for us. And here we are, is generating slide 1 out of 6 for essential tech skills for beginners in 2025. So let's see what the carousel will be like, and let's see how we can make some changes. So here is a carousel created by the carousel, and this is the first carousel being created. And here we have the first, and here we have the second, we have the third, we have the fourth, and so on and so forth. So it's going to create these 6 slides for us. Let's see how it goes about that. So we have something like this, and let's see what we have right away. So we have all this right now. All you have to do is to edit it. As a social media manager, this is a carousel right now, and here we are. So you could change the theme. So we have different themes right here. So I could say let's use the golden sunrise. Let's use the golden sunrise, and let's use the actual color. So it's going to be a blue and the orange. Yes, so let's generate that again. Let's try to see what we can generate. Maybe this does not really look great to me, so you can actually regenerate, and that's why we are trying to convert this particular blog post to a carousel post. So let's see what we have right now. So we're going to see this. So it has changed the whole interface for us. So it's changing that for us already, and it seems we have almost the same thing. Yes, it seems we have almost the same thing, as you could see. So it's creating more slides, and this time around it's going to expand the slide to 12. So I think it's still a growing development. It looks great so far, and here we are. So let's see what we have. Let's take the essential stuff we want. So I love this, so I can delete that. And we have 1, we have 2. So this is 1. Yes, 1 says start with AI. Let's do that. Yes, 1. And we have 2, we have 2. So we are going to take 1 out. So let's take 1 out. So I'm going to take this out. So I have 2 right there, and I'm going to take this out. So I have 3, and I have 4, then I have 5. So we have 4 right here, and we have 5. So these are the 6 Yes, these are the 6 slides, and we just created a carousel from a blog post. So I could choose to edit them from here. Maybe I don't like this image, so I could take that out, of course, and maybe expand this just to create more better effects. And here we have essential tech skills for beginners in 2025, and you could choose to expand this. So I could just make sure this is like a 16. So this will be a Montserrat. So let's make sure this is a Montserrat. So I'm going to say Montserrat. Though we tried to create something like that, so I'm going to say Montserrat right now, and I'll choose Montserrat. So I could increase the size. So let's increase it to like a 30. I think 30 is okay. And it says start with AI. So the whole font has been increased to 30. So we have something like this, and we could just take this down a bit. So we have start with AI for number one, and let's see. So I think we are good to go this way. So we have that, and we have this as well. So we take Montserrat and we take 30. Yes, so we have this as well, and here we are. Here we go. So it says your gateway web design is straightforward. Okay, web design is straightforward. Okay, so let's see this. So it says to web design, and we have something like this. So we could just do something like this, and our carousel is looking great so far from a blog post. So we could do something like this as well. So these are ways we can automate what we have. So I'm going to enhance this. I'm going to say 30. Yes, so we're going to say 30, and let's have this. So we're going to have this right away, and yes, we're going to say enhance graphic design. So we're going to have something like this. Yes, so all I want to do is just to edit what we have so far. So I'm going to use Montserrat as well. Then it's going to be a 30. Yes, and this could come down here, which is explore marketing and freelancing. Yes, so let's do this. So we're going to have this right now, and here we are. Then the last page, yes, the back page, will be found is useful. Share it with your friend network and help spread the word. Once more, like this. So I'm going to input the username. So follow us. It's going to be follow us at Billard Creative. Okay, so it's going to be follow us at Billard Creative. Then you could go on and on to actually make this look better, this particular design. I think I would go with white and blue. So let's try that. So this will be the background color, of course. This will be the background color. So let's say this could be white. Let's see how we could embed white into all this. So yes, let's have white right now. So it's going to be white. Yes, so let's see how that could make more sense. So I'm just going to do a basic edit. All I have to do is to choose the element I want. So let's say this background, I want to make it white, of course. So it's going to be white. Then I can make this look bluish. Yes, this could be blue, and this could be, I could take all these out actually, but let's just leave it at blue. Let's leave it at blue and see what we're going to have. So that is blue, and the opacity will be reduced totally. Then this, I'll do the same to this. This will be blue as well. So it's going to be blue, blue, blue. Then I'll reduce the opacity as well. So let's reduce the opacity. Then this, I'm going to change the color to the blue color, and we're going to have something like this. So this is a carousel. Yes, I'm going to go on and on to create a better carousel. So I have that, and coming back here, I'm going to change this to like a white color, and this will be like a blue color right here. And let's make sure this opacity is reduced. So I'm going to reduce this opacity, reduce this particular opacity as well. Then I'm going to reduce this particular opacity. So that is how to go on and on to create something great. So we could just try to bolding this. Yes, that is bolding actually. and this is bolding as well. So we could come here and these two will change to white. Just click on the element you want to change. Then here I'm going to reduce the opacity of this just to make the effects look subtle. Yes, and this I'll change the color of the text color to blue. Of course, I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to reduce the opacity of this. So all these posts are being automated. You don't need to know too much about design before creating something with Canva. So these are functionalities that could help you out. So here we have that, and these as well. I'm going to change it to the blue color, and I'm going to change this to white. Of course, I'm going to change this to white. There I am. Then I'm going to make sure this opacity is reduced just to have that subtle effect. Yes, and this opacity too is reduced just to have this subtle effect all across. Then I'm going to reduce this particular opacity as well. So there we are, and the last part. So this will be the last page. We can make that just stay as this. So I'm going to just make sure the text is changed to white. Then maybe the background, I could actually reduce the background. I could just make it white as well, and reduce the background, reduce the opacity of the background. So yes, let's do that. So I'm going to just reduce the opacity a bit. Yes, and this could come somewhere here, but I'm going to reduce the opacity as well. So I'm going to have something like this. And here we have a carousel post. So we've just created a carousel and we could go ahead to post it. So I'll say a carousel. Yes. So how do you download the carousel? You can download the carousel in two ways. You can download it as PNG. So I'm going to download it as PNG just to use on places like Instagram. So we have 6 pages, 6 slides of carousel. So I'm going to download that. And having to download that, I'm going to try to download in PDF as well for places like LinkedIn. So let's download in PDF as well. So I'm going to download in PDF standard. Yes. So this way we've got a carousel automated for us by converting a blog post to a carousel. So I'm going to come to downloads, and here's the carousel PDF. You could always see what it is right now. So this is the PDF, and to me the carousel looks great so far. Yes, it looks great, though we automated it. And right here is the PNGs. The PNGs we just downloaded. So all I have to do is to extract this folder. So I'm going to right click my mouse and I'll extract all. So it extracts the folder. Then I'm going to have my folder right here, and I'm going to have the carousel right here. So it says CTA, and this is the last page. So this will be slide 6, of course. This will be slide 1. This will be slide 1. So I would love you to just rename it. So this will be the first slide. So let's say cover. Okay, I just need to name it cover. I'll use dots so that it can be the first. Yes, and I'll name this slide 5. So it's going to be slide 5. Yes, so we have that. So this is it. We've just extracted this, so I could have this zipped file deleted. And right now let's go to Instagram to post it. There's no social media content without posting, of course. So after creation you post. So how do we do that? So you could automate the posting if you want to, but let me go directly to Instagram myself. So carousels are more better on Instagram. Then I can use LinkedIn to post the PDF version. Yes, so we have all this. So I could come to this and look for a short test to use to demonstrate the carousel. So it's going to say, are you a beginner looking to break into the tech world? The journey might seem overwhelming, but with the right tech skill and guidance, you can build a strong foundation and unlock endless opportunities. So I'm going to copy this. Yeah, so it's going to say in this carousel. Okay, just leave it at this. Yeah, so I'm going to come to Instagram to post my first carousel. So I'm going to click on the button create, and I'm going to say post. So to create a carousel, all I have to do is to enter that folder. So I'm going to select from computer. I'm going to come to my downloads. Then I'm going to come to a carousel. So this carousel now has everything layered. So all I have to do is to pick them one by one. So you alight. To alight, you hold this, then you shift and hold this. You shift, you hold your shift down, then start clicking on them one by one. So that way it's going to be orderly placed. So let's see what it's going to be like. So let's see if it's orderly placed. So this is the first carousel, which is the cover. Then this is 1. this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. Yeah, so that way we've gotten a carousel. So I'm going to nest this, and I'm going to nest this. So here we are, and we could just go on and on. So you could actually bring in more app integration. So let's take this out. We can take this out, then bring in another one. So this was the social bellow we used to create a, we used to create a prompt, a writing prompt. So yeah, right now let's do the same. So it says going to say use current design. So I would say um just write a short post to describe this carousel essential tech skills for beginners in 2025. So what I just did is that I used the social bellow that we have integrated already. So I'm going to use it to create content. So let's see what we have right now. So let's create content. So let's generate the content and see what it's going to do for us. So we're going to have a content instead of using the one from the blog post. So let's see what we have. So we have this discover essential tech skill for beginners in 2025 through this insightful carousel. So we have all this, and you can see this. So you see it's different from what we have right here. So this is artificial intelligence is a key, but this is having another like version of it. So all I want to do now is I could actually take this. I could take this and say, you see it right here, that is it right there. So I could just take this and copy it right now. So I could copy it and try to create another carousel. So let's try to create another carousel. What I want to do now is to bring in the carousel right away. So aside from bringing in this, so since I've copied the content, so I'm just showing you another way you could automate your carousel. So all I want to do now is to have this deleted. I'm going to have all this deleted. So let's create a new carousel right now. So I'm going to just delete all this. Okay, so let me just have this deleted. So we have something like this. So let me just create a new carousel. And how do I do that? So I'll take this out right now since I've copied what this is all about. I've copied it right here. Yes, so I'm going to have it deleted. So what I want to do now is to take out the social bellow. Then I will now add a new app integration. So all I have to do is come to apps, and having to come to apps, I'm going to search for carousel just to use that carousel app integration as well. So I'm going to say carousel, and let's see what we have. We have Carousel Studio. So let's use that again. Let's use the Carousel Studio again to create something. So I'm going to come right here, and it says create size not optimal. Canvas size not optimal for social media carousel. Create 1080p. Okay, so let's just paste what we have. So we have a prompt right now. What we did the other time is to convert a blog post to a carousel. Right now we are using social bellow, and we are using a prompt to create a carousel. So let's use this and let's see what we have. So let's use the let's try to use another type of let's try to use another type of post. So we have Arctic Frost, we have Midnight Sky, let's say Peach Blossom. Let's do that, and let's leave the fonts. Yes, or we could use Montserrat. So let's use Montserrat as I've been using it. So I'm going to say Montserrat. Yes, I'm going to have this. Then the body font is Montserrat. So the colors will be white and this will be blue, of course. So let's have it this way. Then we're going to have large creative studio. So we have this, and all I have to do is to generate the carousel. Let's see what we generate. So I'm going to generate the carousel through the prompts we have. So let's see what we have at the very end from generating this carousel. So we are waiting for it to generate the carousel. It's still going to create 6 slides. So definitely there are limitations to this for now. Just creating 6 slides so far. So let's see what it does right now. So here we are, and this is what it creates. So we have something like this. It's creating them one by one. So we're going to see how it gets to create this. So I'm just showing you different ways you could use this, and definitely this is what it's looking like right now. So let's see what it comes up with at the very end. So we're going to have the 6 slides, and we're going to see what it looks like. So we're going to have this, and right now it's created the 6 slides, but what we want to do now is to make sure we have it arranged the way it should. So page 1 could be deleted, and this should have been page 4. So you could just rearrange it, and there you have your carousel. So we have this, and yeah, so we are good to go. From the prompt we'll be able to do this. So to arrange this, all you have to do is to take, for instance, this should be the last page. You take it down, so you take it to the last page, of course, and that will be the last page. Then this should be the first page, so you take it up. So you're going to use this arrow button to move up, then you're going to use this to move down. So let's move this to 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we have the 5th. So this is just something that has been created for us automatically, and here we have this. So you could actually check this out and see. So you could change the design just like we were doing the other time. So I could just do something like this. I could change the color of this. Yes, so we're going to have this deleted. Let's say that will not be needed, and we're going to have a full color right here. So this could be something like this. Yes, and we could bring this down here. Yes, hopefully. Then this will be a full deep blue, and here we are. So we have something like this. It depends on what you want to choose right now, maybe the blog post or this, but I'm still going with this because this looks great. Actually, this looks great, so I will be using this. So let's use this, and let's just create the this, and it says discover essential tech skill for 2025 for beginners in 2025 through this insightful carousel. So what I want to do now is just to list what we have. Yes, so I'm going to list what we have. So the first thing we have here is start with AI. So it's going to say start with AI. Yes, and 2. So 2 talks about web design. So we're going to say web design. Yes, and 3 says, let me see, it says graphic design. So we're going to say graphic design. Okay, so we're going to go to the last, which says marketing and freelancing. So 4 will be freelancing. So we're going to say freelancing. Then I'm going to have an hashtag like this, named Billard Creative. Yeah, we are good to go. So that way we've just created a carousel. Then all I have to do is to share this. So having to share this is what we created with AI, the integrated app. We used Carousel Studio. Then we see other ways we can create carousel with Carousel Studio. So that is one of the use cases you can use Canva for. And right now I just posted that carousel. So let's see what it looks like on our page, and let's see. So I'm going to refresh this page and see what it's going to look like. So here we have the carousel. Yes, look at the carousel right here. Because I pinned all this, that's why we're having them up there. So this is the carousel I just posted, and here it is. Look at what it looks like so far. So good. Yeah, so we are good to go. So I will come back to LinkedIn to paste what we should have on LinkedIn. So I'll come to Billard Creative Studio, of course. So let me come to Billard Creative Studio, and having to come to Billard Creative Studio. So instead of me posting images one by one, so right now I'm just going to use the PDF. So I'm going to create this, and I'm going to start a post. So having to start a post right now, I'm going to try to use a document. So all I have to do is click on this more, and when you click on more, you see add a document. Then I'm going to choose that. So I'm going to choose that. I'm going to choose the file, which is the PDF I just downloaded. So I'm going to choose this, and I'm going to come to downloads. Then I'm going to choose this particular file we downloaded from Canva after we created the carousel. So I'm going to open that. Then that would come in as a document, but it's going to be displayed as a carousel. So let's see what we have. So as you can see, when you go this way, you start seeing your carousel. So I could say carousel. I could just name it carousel. Yes, you just have to give it a name at this point. So that will be carousel. Then I will say done. Then having to have done that, I'm going to paste what I have. Yes, discover. So I could just come here to pick what I've created here on Instagram. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, so I'm going to copy from up to here. Then I'm going to have this pasted here. So I'm going to do this. Here we are, looking great. And I'm going to rewrite with AI. So let's rewrite that with AI and see what we have. But I cannot do that without having the premium version of LinkedIn on my page. But we are good to go. So I'm going to use this right away. Then I'm going to post it right now. So I can do the same on Instagram. So I've done that on Instagram, I've done it on LinkedIn. So I could come to Twitter, which is X right now. So I could just bring in the major, I could bring in the major images. So I'm going to just bring in this. Then I'm going to come to carousel. So I'm going to say slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, and slide 4. So I'm going to open this. Then we're going to have all these right now. So we have all these 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, perfect. So I'm going to just paste it right now. And it says discover essential tech skills for beginners in 2025 through this insightful carousel. Yes, so I'm going to just post it. So that will be for X. Then you could go on to post on Facebook. You could choose to post the images on Facebook because Facebook will take all the 6 images. So I'm going to just come right here and I'm going to add photos and videos. Then I'm going to start clicking just the same way I did on Instagram. So I'm going to click all that. Then I'm going to open. Then we have all the 6 images right here. Then I'm going to paste this. Then we have this. Then I'm going to next and post. So that way we've created a carousel and we've posted it on all our social media pages. That's another use case of what you could use Canva to do. I hope to see you in the next lesson. But before you go, you can actually convert this to a reel. So you could say maybe later. And yes, we're going to have that as maybe later. Then here we are. So we are good to go. This time around, we've created a whole lot of things with Canva. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.